Alright. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. This is episode 37 of Shoot the Breeze, a chill interview and a chill time all around for you and me. I am your host, HeavyDivider. Alongside me here is a very gentle yet kind individual right here. Very, very nice all around, as well as somebody you can always have a fun time talking to about, be able to chill and just talk to about anything on hand. Especially no matter if it is different games besides this one. My guest for tonight is MamaBarrel, but we call her Mama for short.
Hello.
Welcome on in.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. Not a problem. You picked a very nice place to be able to do this on hand, just because, well, very ceramic, very leather couch, just a little bit of everything in between. But,
Gotta have that suede, you know.
Yep. But let me ask you about that first question on hand. How the hell did we meet?
I think we met like through Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and then little by little, we didn't think about adding each other until our paths crossed, and when once we finally got to know each other, I'm like, I like this guy. I'll friend him. I like this guy.
I mean, it was weird too, because to dive a little bit, it was kind of like with me and Northern, where basically I only knew you for Twitter for about a good year or so, and then at one random point or another, we actually crossed paths, but I can't remember who we crossed paths from or so. But at that time or so,
I don't remember.
all I know is we had different times. We had like different times, but basically we just get on like different times on it. So because of that, we don't have like too many conversations here and there. So that's why this is scheduled, so that way we can have some like be able to chance to get to know one another more. But
So true.
Yep, definitely. Well, let me ask you about your VRChat origins on hand. What got you started playing this game?
What got me started playing this? Oof. I gotta say a story. So back in 2017, about November, I was watching YouTube one day and I saw VRChat come across my timeline. And I'm like, okay, what's this? What's this going on? And so I clicked on a video. It happened to be True Noom. And I'm sitting there watching it and I'm just dying of laughter with all the stuff he's saying. And I'm just like, this guy is funny. I like this guy. This guy's got some funny jokes. And then after that, I found Jameski, and then I started watching Jameski stuff. And then in between all of watching them, I ended up finding Nags' video. And that's when I got introduced to the VRChat RP, and I'm like, okay, I'm in Season 3, I need to jump back to Season 1. So I jumped back to Season 1 and watched it all the way up to Season 5. And everything, once he came out with the 5th season, but it was like about the 4th season. And so I sat there and just watched it, and I'm just like, what is this game? Like, I didn't know it. I couldn't remember the name. And I was working constantly, right? And so when I finally got the chance, it was 2018 of, like, January, I hopped on. I was very shy, so I didn't talk. I was mute at first. I was a very shy person. And then I ended up meeting my friends that now I've been friends with those guys for 4 years because I met them on VRChat, and they've been like the best friends I've ever met. And so it's just like, here I am, 4.5 years later.
Yeah, there you go.
You know,
how time can fly.
It's just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, time can definitely fly on it, especially when you be able to see like things come and go, as well as just basically see this world see like how this entire game just basically evolves over time. You know. How personality evolves over time too.
Watch the good, the bad, the ugly.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was here to see a lot of different stuff here too, especially with how, you know, when you started or so. So this was like 2017 you started. So.
Well, started watching it and then got into it about 2018 because, like I said.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I was a restaurant worker, so I was in the busy season of banquet season. So I couldn't really like be on the computer all the time.
All the time on it. No, I got you. I understand.
Oh yeah.
I understand on hand.
Long nights.
So let me ask about your hobbies on hand. Now, I will say I don't know too much on hand for the most part, but what I know is for a fact you like playing shooters, and I know for a fact you like playing Siege at one point or another. I do remember that.
I play Siege off and on, but I've always been Call of Duty. Always been SOCOM, Call of Duty, and I used to be in a clan back on Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, which is called GIXA, and that's my best friend's clan, and so I met him one night, and it's like, a lot of guys don't like female gamers, you know, don't like us playing COD and all that, I met him, we got into a bicker match back and forth, and I'm like, why are we not friends? And he goes, I don't know. And I was like, dude, we're friends now. And I also helped him along the way to find out he had borderline anger disorder. And ever since I helped him with that, he tells me thank you every time we see each other. We haven't seen each other a lot because our times fluctuate.
Yeah.
I'm up at different hours than he is because he works. I'm currently out of a job at the moment.
No, I get you.
Yeah, so shooters are my main thing, and it's just my relaxed time. And I'm the weird one that I can know a map after a few times playing it, and remember where everything is and where people go. And I can sit there and just listen to music very loud. So I'm just listening to 90s freaking rap while I'm playing Call of Duty. And I'm just like, yep, that's my lifestyle right there.
Yeah, works hand in hand.
My main thing.
Works hand in hand.
My hand?
Yeah.
Oh. Don't mind it.
No, it'll be all good. Hopefully he'll be able to come back on it. But I will say, any other hobbies besides there you go. Any other hobbies besides shooter games or anything in general?
I do draw from time to time. I'm very iffy about showing people my drawings.
Mm-hmm.
But I draw, I do perler art, so I do like different kind of art styles. But for perler, I like to make 8-bit stuff. So I made stuff for Phoenix, and I made like little Game Boys for the old Team Spectrum when I was with all of them guys. And then I made a chocobo for Miss Violet Wolf. She still has that thing to this day.
Hey, there you go. It shows you how much how much people cherish things, especially when certain small gifts on it, little wonders like that is what people appreciate and cherish the most. Especially when it comes from like if it comes from like a person you never got a chance to meet or a person who you're always very good friends from. So.
Oh yeah, I got a gift from Metal Bro. He did it as a resin that says Mama on it, and it sits up by my lamp, and it's just like, I remember that gift. Yeah. One of my favorite gifts I got.
I got you. And like I said, it's always good to have them on hand for the most part. So, let me talk about the VRChat scene on hand. Now, in this current present time with VRChat in general, what is your overall opinion of it at this particular time?
A lot of opinion, but I'm not gonna be rude.
I mean,
what you call it?
Yeah, I was about to say
the load.
Brutal honesty if you need to.
Sometimes the load time. And this is coming from my expertise because I'm a mixed reality user. So the load time for mixed reality sucks. It is so slow, and sometimes it will like stop midway through, and it's like, really, we're gonna play this game today? Okay. Like, come on.
I got you.
So, yeah, so that's one thing they probably could fix. Stuff for mixed reality,
Yeah, but that's mostly because of the two factors on hand being between like Vive and Oculus and all that. And sometimes certain things that basically you use, like mixed reality, it gets cut out just because they forget about that.
Oh yeah, they forget about the little guy. Like, don't forget the little guy.
Definitely.
Maybe an off-brand headset, but it still does the same as Oculus, Vive, and, well, not Index. Index is more of, I can move my fingers.
Yeah, and also being very careful with the index. No, you're good. It's also trying to be very, very careful with the index, just because of the fact that, yeah, you're able to do this here and there, but somehow it's very fragile on the inside, so it's like, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful when you're messing with it.
Like, your headset's precious, but you gotta be careful with your hands, too, because if you don't know your surroundings, you can end up running into things. There's a few times before I got my desk, I ran my face into my microphone, and I'm just like, ow. No. Everybody started laughing. I was like, you guys laugh it up. My face hurts now.
I mean, there's been times where this Oculus River, basically, if there's something on the ground, I try to basically bend down to get it, and at certain points, I hit my desk, which is like right here, where basically I just go face first into my own desk every single time.
Here.
Yep.
Mine's right here. So when I play, I have to scoot that way.
Yeah.
I have to out and be away from it and use my other mic. Everybody's like, you're echoing, and I'm like, I'm using another microphone. What do you want me to do? Scream half across the room to the other one?
No. No, I know the feeling on hand. I know the feeling for the most part. Let me ask about the community scene on hand. Now, when I mean community scene, I mean, like, say, let's say, like, for example, in your community, or basically, like, any other community you've ever been part of here and there or so, I'm pretty sure you've probably seen a lot of interesting things here and there, as well as just basically overall different stories, or, like, kind of, each one has, like, a different feel to it, or so. And sometimes when it comes to, like, communities,
like, everybody, like, for VR chat wise, and there's a lot of people, I'm in their servers, and I know they play VR chat, but they also play other games too. Me, I'm a variety streamer, so I don't basically be in VR when I stream and everything. I play, like, other games, and, with my community, I basically made my community be a safe space for people to be themselves. So, because I've heard horror stories from them about, them coming from other servers, them being treated very poorly, and being judged for their sexuality, or who they are as a person, and I'm just like, you're safe here. You're safe to do, you know, just be you. Have fun. That's what I try to encourage in my community. And I'm like, just have fun. If you see us in a voice call and we're just sitting there chatting, come in, talk with us. We are accepting. We want to show people that, you know what, you're loved in this community. We love the hell out of you and everything. It's just like Jeffy's server. I love Jeffy's server because Jeffy's got the whole alien thing going on. So it's, of course, Mothership. You got the Mothership of that Discord. So it's like, that's one thing I love about the Jeffy's Discord. And like, you go to different Discords and you see different, like, walks of life, different ways people do things. And I've been part of the Melfi gang for a very long time, which is Uni, Dolpha, all of those guys. They're funny people. Being like, yay, hi. But they're hilarious, but they're really good animators for avatars, and Uni just came out with his world where you can actually play with all his animations he's ever done.
Yep.
On all of his avatars, and it's just like, and me, I'm just like a kid in the candy shop. I'm like, I remember when that was made. So it's just like, I love the different sides of different Discords. My friend, I made a new friend through TikTok. She's a sweetheart. Her name's See That Beach, and her husband is See That Dude. And Beach and Dude are hilarious together. They are fun. They play horror games, but their community is so loving and so sweet. I was just like, that's a mom and dad Discord right there.
Yeah, I got you.
It's like, you got mom and dad.
And the thing that makes
different walks of life.
Yeah, the thing that makes a community great, especially from what I've learned, is you're always gonna have those key people you've always been good friends with for no matter how many years on hand. In addition to that, anybody who basically is brand new that comes in, or so, you do your best to basically have them get a chance to know you, but try to also get a chance to know everybody else, because that way they have more friends to be able to talk to. Because you don't want to always be like the center of attention for, like, say, like, you know, if you join a Discord call, everybody joins that Discord call because you're there, or so, you know.
Yeah, there's times where, so we have like this long running joke in my Discord, because it's called the Barrel Family, which we're a giant family. So we have Cobra, which we call the Macaroni, because he's the baby snake. And then we have Viper, well, my friend Shadow Viper, we call him the Danger Noodle. So it's just like, every time we're always sitting there making good giggles and laughs, and I was just like, I just realized something. They all were like, what? And I was like, one, I can yeet one snake to give hugs, and I can yeet the other one to kill. They both thought it was a hilarious thing. And then we got my buddy, Adam Sakamoto, who is, we call Floof in my Discord server. And I just tell people, I'm like, whatever you do not open the window without the barrier on. They're like, why? And I was like, because last time he got out, he floated up, and it took us 3 hours to get him back down. So I always give new people a good laugh when they come in. I was like, if you're gonna let him out, turn on the barrier. It goes a little further now. He can actually go outside.
There you go, on hand. And
oh yeah, we just have like a weird little RP goofballness going on.
Yeah, but as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters, right? As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters for the most part. Speaking of fun, because I just realized I did not put this down. I should have put this down for the most part. Let's talk about Twitchcon, because we actually got a chance to meet face to face in Twitchcon. For some reason, that escaped my mind. No, they escaped my mind because we briefly met, just because it was more like, understand, when you basically know each other by voice or so, or be able to, like, visualize somebody's, voice, but basically you see their avatar. So it's basically like basically a guessing game on who's talking to you and basically where do you recognize that voice or so. And you also got to basically be looking out for those tags every. But how was your time at Twitchcon in San Diego?
It was pretty fun. I roomed with Sumreal, so Sumreal was in my Airbnb, and I also had Assassin and Little Bagel. Little Bagel still holds the title of scaring the ever-living crap out of me in the middle of the night.
Wait.
I'm the worrywart mom type, and everybody was drinking. I don't drink. I'm the mom. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna worry about you. I'm gonna make sure you get back to your room, make sure you get back to your hotel, you know, all that crazy jazz. And how our Airbnb was set up, there was a room right by the front door, and I was keeping a watch out for 2 friends that were coming back so they could sleep and everything. And I heard a noise, so I went by the front door, looked out the window, peeped through and everything, and Bagel just opens the door, looks at me, smiles. I'm on the other hand going, oh dear God, my heart. He scared the crap out of me. He just smiles and goes, excuse me, and walks straight to the bathroom. And I'm like, he is not even awake. I had to tell him the story the next day, and he goes, I'm sorry, I did that to you. And I was like, Bagel, it's fine. And I'm like, but you're gonna hold the title of you're the only one that could scare me that bad.
That was a hell of a sleepwalk if that was the case, just to be able to do that.
God, yeah. I've never jumped so hard in my life, and I was just like, okay, I can't stand this. What the heck? I'm easy to scare when my guard is down. And everything, but like when am I like meeting everybody after like playing the game for so long with everybody, I was very, very shy. I went back to Shy Bean, and I'm just like, I don't know them in real life. You know, but I was like, Sumo was there, and Mint was there, and like all of people I knew that I used to like just hang out with on a daily basis. And then we ran into each other, and I had fun hanging out with you. And then I got to see Arnie, and I'm like, oh, dude, Arnie, I know you. You know, I've hung out with you a few times. And it's just like it took everybody a realization who I was. And then some of them saw the back of my sweatshirt, and they're like, I know you. Because I'm in this avatar, and I'm wearing my other one that has my bee on my back.
Yep.
So it's just like, that's how people know who it is. But as soon as like half of them heard my laugh, they're just like, yep, that's Mama.
There you go. There you go.
I got a distinct laugh. I got one distinct laugh.
When you got like an iconic thing about yourself, like personality-wise or stuff, that's always going to stand out. No matter what. Always going to stand out.
And that's my giggle. It's my giggle that stands out.
Yeah.
Because I laugh from the stomach. So I have a hearty, good laugh. But it's just like, with TwitchCon, one of my favorite memorable moments is I was in line going to get something for my nephew, because my nephew and my niece said, hey, can you get me something at TwitchCon? And I said, yeah, sure, I'll get something. I asked the other two, I'm like, you guys want anything? And the boys are like, nah, we don't care. And I'm like, okay, cool, I won't get you nothing because you didn't want anything. So I was getting my nephew a beanie because he really wanted something cool. And I'm like, boy has big head, gets very cold very quick. So went and got him a gift, got my niece a gift. And Suma's texting me like crazy, and I'm like, what is going on? What's going on? And he goes, get over here, Nags is over here, come here. And I'm just like, give me a minute, I'm in line, I'm checking out, I'll be there in a minute. We ended up meeting by the chalk wall, that poor chalk wall. And we went from being beautiful to destroyed.
Yep.
But when I saw Nags, I finally got to like shake his hand, give him a hug, and you know, tell him, you know what, you're my idol, and you're the reason why I wanted to stream more, and everything, and just spread more love and all that. And I'm like, right now, I'm calm, cool, collected. Inside, I'm freaking out like a little fangirl. And he just started laughing. Me inside, I was jumping on a trampoline like, whee!
Funny you should.
Outside, I'm just like,
Funny you should mention that. Like, I was with my B&B, I was basically with my Airbnb, people who I've known for a long time, like, before I met everybody else. And we were just eating, we were just basically at, like, we were at the heart of the gas lamp, where basically, it was all the way down there. There was, like, a restaurant they were serving and all that. We were just eating there, just basically. I get a text I basically get a text from somebody to basically, to come meet them by the, pretty much where, if you go down the heart of the gas lamp or so, streetwise, so it'll lead you all the way to where TwitchCon was being hosted at the convention and everything. And I went over there and I met them and everything. We talked for a brief bit, but right next to them was Curry Games, who was right over there, which I didn't bother reaching out or anything, just because it's one of those things where it's one of those things where you want to get a chance to know somebody, like, energy feel wise. For me, it's energy feel wise. What's their personality like? What kind of person they are or anything before you say hello. And as soon as I got done talking with him, I was heading all the way back, and I passed by a guy wearing black sunglasses. His hair was slicked back, and basically, I didn't realize on him, but basically, I walked past Nags, who basically walked past me, just to basically, like, I realized on him who it was, but at the same time, I didn't reach out and say hello and everything, just because it's one of those things where, again, I need to get to know somebody energy-wise or so, just so I can at least reach out to them.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's kind of how it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides that or so, like, it's interesting, because there's going to be, like, people you want to meet and say hello, but it's kind of hard to do. I think it's just because...
Oh, yeah.
Especially, like, larger-than-life kind of people.
I feel you on that. It's just like, when I got to see Ryujin, and Ryujin, as he puts it, not my words, his words, Ryujin looks like Maui from Moana. A big Samoan dude, you know? And I gave him a big old bear hug. He picked me up, and I'm just like, oh, dear God. And when he did that, he somehow realigned my whole lower back, because I have scoliosis in my lumbar.
Yep.
He realigned my whole lower back, so I'm like, dude, I can walk around for the rest of the day without my brace. I was so happy. I gave him a big old hug, and I'm like, you big teddy bear, I love you.
Hey. Ryujin's a good guy. Like, he's good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then when I got to see Curry, I gave Curry a big old hug, and I was like, you are a sweet bean. But I also got to finally, like, meet Jakey, and I still got, like, her sticker on the back of my sketchbook, and, I got to, like, meet, I got to see Casey Joe, which is a sweetheart. I'm trying to, like, go off memory, because my memory likes to
No, it's all good. It's all good. Take your time, if you need to, for whatever comes to.
Like, yeah, and, like, because of TwitchCon, I got to know people a little bit more, so it's just like, when Assassin and I crossed paths in VRChat, he's just like, oh my god, Mama! And I was like, Assassin! And he's like, I should have added you a long time ago, and I was like, me too, dude, me too. I feel you. So it's just like, meeting everybody finally in person to now, like, finally, like, play with them in games, and when I'm not in VRChat, they're just like, hey, what game are you playing? Can I come join? And I'm like, yeah, I don't care. I have open invite, you know?
Yeah.
If you see me playing a game and you want to play, just jump in. I don't care. That's the type of person I am. I was like, I don't care. We can just do whatever.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And the thing, too, and all of that is consider is, I'm hoping to basically, once this whole pandemic ends or so, we're able to basically go and just basically go meet everybody. It could be anywhere, like PAX South, or just different places on hand, just to be able to see. And hopefully in time or so. That's what I'm hoping for. So, let me ask about old VRC memories, for the most part. Any old VRC
memory.
Basically, when you think about it on hand, like, what is the thing that pops in your mind? Like, it could be like the funniest moment that basically comes to your mind, like, that exists on VRC. Like, easily sticks out to you. Or basically, it could be like a certain thing that just sticks out in the sense of basically what makes you enjoy the game, or basically say something in your friend group or anything.
That's it. I think it was my oldest memory is when back in 2018 when I got to, like, know my best friend Ghosty Belt, and then my buddy Nexius, who's from Sweden. He's also known as the Panda Security in my Discord, because he helped me create the Discord, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make you the security, so you're gonna have all power over this Discord. And he goes, wait, really? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, just don't have too much fun. And so, but meeting Ghosty and Nexius and Naughton, and then Adam Sakamoto, and all of those guys, it's just like, those guys I've been so close with for so long. And like, with Ghosty, she's one of my favorite silly friends I love. When I wasn't in VR all the stuff, because I didn't have VR back then. I was just desktop. I had a really bad computer at the time. And she, basically every time I got on, did always give me a hug. And I was like, one day when I get hands, I'm gonna give you the hug back, because I've been wanting to hug you. You've been such a great friend, and you've helped me through the hard times. But there's one thing I remember out of all my memory, and it's when I hit my 300 goal when I was streaming for the first time. I hit 300, and I told her, and I was like, Ghosty, I did it, I hit 300. I was like so excited. And I told her and Nectius and the ones that I was close to and a few new people. And Ghosty said, don't forget us small people. Do not forget your friends that helped you along the way.
Mm-hmm.
And I started crying because she was right. She was 100% right. You should never forget the people that helped.
Yeah.
You should never push the ones away that helped you. And so to this day, I may be having like the followers that I have now, but it's just like 2019, I hit my 500 goal. So that 500 goal was the day my mom had her heart surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like I've been growing after that, and it's just like I met amazing people along the way. But my fun VRChat memories is when there was a bunch of us hanging out, and we were sitting there and just cracking jokes left and right to the point we were all crying. It was just we were all wheezing, let's put it that way. We were laughing so hard because we were just coming up with the stupidest jokes, and I'm just like, yeah, this is my friends group.
You know, trust me. That's the thing with my own friend group in general. Like, we're basically, it would be as I described on hand. Like, you know, we're normal friends group. You know, you'd be like, it's past midnight, you're chilling and everything. You know, just sharing stories.
God.
For my friends group, it's basically dick jokes and puns. We're basically, it's funny to us just because we're all tired. We're all tired, but it's funny to us just because we're having good times.
VRChat has like their basic avatars, and I sit there and use the basic avatars for just random crack up jokes. And I go up to Goo and I was like, hey Goo. She goes, yeah. And I'm good. This is the point where Goo and I had just met through Safa. And I go, Goo. And she goes, yeah. I was like, would you like to suck on my jalapeno? And she just started losing it. It was like way past midnight, and we were losing it crazily. We were just coming up with the stupidest jokes. And it's just like, there's a few times I can get Drakios giggling. And with Drakios, it's very easy to get that guy laughing so hard. But there's some days where if you're in a world with him and he doesn't hear you because he's hearing impaired, so he has hearing aids, he'll talk 5 octaves higher than normal, and I'm like, Drakios, bring it down, bring it down. And he's like, what? And I'm like, now you heard me? That's like selective hearing, little butthead. What the hell?
Yeah, that's
he
great.
likes to have selective hearing days.
Yeah, like I said, that's the thing about friends. No matter what, the people you always have with you, so you're always gonna have a great time with it, or so. No matter what, because
sometimes I can't understand that poor man.
Maybe, but there's always a great connection with them too. So great friend connection, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it special compared to, like, you know, you going out and basically you meet all these different types of people, these different, you know, people who may be bigger than you in whatever aspect or so, like stream wise or so. But hey, you get a chance to at least know them on a normal human basis. But when it comes to like special connection on hand, you can never look close to home than basically to the people you have right next to you.
Oh yeah, it's just like what you call it. Drakios is my VR brother, Otaku Hound is my other VR brother, and then there's Safa and Dwell, and then Wandering Serenity. I just call her Serenity for short. She's part of the VRChat family that we have going on, and we call it the Big Dysfunctional Family because that's what we are. And so it's just like ever since like I met Safa and Otaku Hound through Drakios, I met Dwell through another friend. I think I also met Dwell through Drakios. And I knew Dwell back when he was known as Firewolf, so he used to go by an old name. And every now and then I'll give him crap, and I go, hey, Dwell! And he goes, what? And I was like, what's up, Firewolf? And he goes, God dang it, mama! I love you.
Hey, there you go. So, let me ask you about the VRChat Current Present now. And when I say Current Present, I mean from your time when you first started VRChat, like day one, to where we are now, present-wise. What are some of the things you are glad that they changed over time? Some of the things you wish they didn't even touch at all? Like, it could be like, say, say UI or so, or basically say certain aspects of it where basically the whole concept thing of updating on Unity or anything, like depending on what by technical stance it by basically like say maybe trend sense or so.
I like how they fixed the UI and everything because it was real shoddy back then. But the original load screen, and I know there's a lot of people that are old VRChat users that will agree, that old load screen brings back memories. And when I first joined VRChat, and now we have the load screen where it's just like, what? And I'm just, I was always entertained by the one that looked like a mountain.
Yeah.
So I'd sit there and follow it when I was in VR. Like, it would keep you entertained. But they have fixed a lot of things. The one thing I love that they would fix is the constant crashing and the constant like what you call it, where like people want to get on just for the day and just hang out with friends, and then go, oh sorry, currently servers are down at the moment, and it's just like,
oh yeah, that.
Can you guys actually do a scheduled maintenance week?
I wish they would do that. That would be more. That would definitely help out, especially considering the fact.
It would help out so much.
It would.
It would, because like I play Final Fantasy 14, and they have scheduled maintenance and everything. Like today is scheduled maintenance. Well, yesterday was, but it was like Monday to Tuesday. They had a scheduled maintenance at midnight, and I'm like, okay, cool. That's a perfect time to do maintenance, you know. And it's just like that's the one thing VRChat needs to do is if they're starting to have issues. Go just basically put a tweet out, put a video out saying, hey, we have a scheduled maintenance for this day at this time. Please do not be on the server. That would be great.
Yeah.
Having scheduled maintenance to make sure everything is running, to making sure the servers are working properly, that would be perfect. That would be the one thing that everybody would be so happy about. They'd be like, okay, cool, maintenance is going on. I'm going to go play this game.
Yeah.
Well, maintenance is going on.
Because that way they don't have frequent problems, like say on Fridays or so.
And they have constant frequent problems, and it's just like, come on now.
Yeah, which sucks because it makes it a little bit hard for like anybody else who wants to be able to do what they gotta do. Say RP wise, say like if you want to hang out with your friends or so, or for the entire party scene of VRC, where basically people have their own plans for what they want to do on a Friday night or any other night. So if they would do that, that would definitely help out. So.
Oh yeah, and it would make it run a little smoother.
Anything you're looking forward towards? Anything that you wish they would be bringing towards or so? Or anything they're working on at the moment?
And I know, hello, hands. They got out of my vision.
No, you're good. You're good.
For mixed reality, we're kind of straight. This is our vision.
Oh, I got you.
That's where all of our tracking is. My hand goes up above my head, it loses tracking after a bit.
Oh, that's weird.
I can't do it with this hand because this hand will disconnect because I have a problem.
No, I got you. You're all good. You're all good.
Yeah. Not that I know of. Yes.
I mean, besides the whole notification thing they've got brand new on here, like with basically like you can at least give a message back or so, like to those who are requesting on you or so, and you can or so, like that at least was an improvement on it because it makes a conclave message on hand, especially if you're doing with stuff.
Yeah, if you're like, say like if you're in an RP and your friends want to really see you and all that, and I get that. I know people are complaining, oh, everybody's in a private world. Well, maybe you don't know if they're sitting there doing an RP and they have to be in a private world because too many people join. It would be nice if they gave us a system where, like, if you're busy and you're in the middle of things and friends are sitting there inviting you, like, constantly, and it's just, like, you could basically go, like, meet yourself if it's not your turn to go in the RP. You can meet yourself and type back your friend and go, hey, I'm in the RP right now, can we talk later? You know, that would be great. Instead of going to Discord and then signing a message, you know.
Yeah.
Because not many people check their Discord when they're in VR. It'd be cool if we had, like, an in-game messaging system. Yeah. That would be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
I think that would be good for the RPers. Or people that are trying just to sleep. Because there's some people that just sleep in VR, and I'm like, that's understandable, because you feel safe at, like, sleeping near people you know. you know? And I've had friends that would fall asleep because I'd be sitting here just giving them head pass, and I've put like 3 of my friends to sleep, and I'm left like, apparently I'm soothing.
There's so on it.
So it's just like, but they feel more relaxed when they fall asleep in VR. They feel more relaxed because they're around people that really care about them, that really love them, you know, all that crazy ass.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on him. I don't understand how you're able to sleep in VR, to be honest with you, just because it's like a warm headset on your head. Like, trust me, it's hard to even, like, close your eyes, and basically it's just like it's completely warm, you know? Maybe it might work for different other people, but I don't understand on my side. But,
yeah, I can't do it.
Now, let me throw you a curveball here, because it's the curveball I usually throw for everybody on hand, just because I always get, like, a different answer, or some who basically may not be interested. Let's talk about anime. Now, when I say anime, what's the first series that comes? Let me guess. Interested in anime or not interested?
Wait for it. If you were about to ask me what was my first series, Sailor Moon was my very first anime.
Hey, first. Well, I was no.
Everybody know it.
Yeah, I was about to say first anime that comes to your mind,
But, you know,
but that works.
first anime was Sailor Moon because that was my very first one. Played in the 90s, and I woke up every morning when I was little to watch it. Because of my first name and everything. The main character had the same first name, and I'm like, yeah, cool. And I fell in love with the anime after that. And then we used to have this old channel 75 back in the day, that played nothing but anime and like Japanese TV shows. And that's where I found like Dragon Ball Z. This is why I can't take Dragon Ball Z's opening in like Japanese, because it was originally the Chinese opening. And so every time I hear the opening for the original Dragon Ball Z, I freaking start busting up laughing because it always made me laugh. And my nephew just got into Dragon Ball Z and he was watching it, and I walked by and I'm like, I still laugh at this. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's like, oh, you need to watch this anime, because I know we're getting new animes, but I am in the love of 90s and 80s anime, because you see how much love and effort they put into those. And everybody's like, you need to watch more anime, and I'm like, I have a boat full sitting in my closet for my brother-in-law. They go, what do you mean? I'm like, I have Outlaw Star, I have Big O, I also have all of Nadia, all of X, and half of it's still wrapped up in plastic. That's how new those are.
Damn.
And so I was like, I got a lot of anime to still watch.
No, I got you. I got you on hand. It's a matter of just catching up on hand. But I was gonna say my second part to that question is, what is your favorite anime series? Like, basically, if you had like a top 3 or a top 5 or something that comes to your mind, what would that be?
My favorite anime series would have to be 3x3 Eyes. And Oh My Goddess. Those are my top 2 favorites. 3x3 Eyes is a very classic, like, sci-fi romance anime. And then Oh My Goddess is more of that fantasy where it's beautiful. The art's beautiful for it. I was really into it in like high school and middle school, and that was one of my favorites. But my memorable favorite was with my best friend from middle school. It was an anime, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, what anime is this? It's called Fushigi Yugi. And there's about the Suzaku 7, Shiryu 7, Byakugo 7, and Genbu 7. So it was like a whole story. It's a beautiful, beautiful anime. Very beautiful art style. And that's one of my all-time favorite memorable ones, because I used to watch that with her. We'd watch it in English, but we also watched it in Japanese. Every time we watched it in English, we cringed at the voices. We're just like, no!
During that time when the English voice acting was taking off. Was trying to take off.
Oh yeah.
So
it's just like, classic animes are my favorite.
Alright, and I was going to say the final question to that category I was going to ask you is, what is the anime that hit you close to home? Like, when you watch it, everybody's just like, you know, you just feel it right here.
What was that? Sorry, my cat's meowing in the background, and I thought my microphone was going to pick it up.
No, you're good. Yeah, all good.
She's just I want mommy attention. The one anime that like really hit me close to home, that really got me to like tear up, Oh, what was the name of it? I can remember it. I think it was Ranma. Ranma 1/2 was one of my all-time favorites. That's just it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's just going through so much and everything, but it's just like he gets to the point where he starts to really fall for Akane, and when something happens to Akane, it really hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, he gives her so much crap and everything, and she gives it back, but little by little, you can see that Ranma starts caring, he starts really loving her and all that, and when she gets in serious trouble, you could tell in, like, his face that he's, like, wants to beat up the person that is hurting her, and so it's just like, my heart, dude, my heart, stop that.
No, I feel you. I feel you on hand.
Yeah, Ranma is a good one. It's a good action pack, but it also has like a good fair romance in it.
Mm-hmm.
But it just gets you laughing.
No, I got you. It's one of those. It's kind of like one of those in between, like action and drama kind of ones. Mm-hmm. I got you. I'll have to check it out whenever I get some free time on him. But this leads me down to my last question. So let me go ahead and move this camera over here for you, and I'm gonna put this right here for you. And my question for you is, what are your goals and dreams? I'm going to let you have center stage for this. And in addition to that question, what's the best advice you can ever give to anybody? I'm going to back up. I'm going to let you have center stage for this.
Alright. So, for goals and dreams, my goal is to continue what I'm doing right now, is basically giving people, like, more love. Because throughout the world, we go through a lot of hate. And so, with my streaming, I try to basically show people that having a learning disability, you can do it, and any disability, you can do it. You can follow your dreams, follow your heart, just do whatever you want. You can play games still, and you find different little tactics to play. And so, with my dreams, is like, I just want to continue to make people. I'd rather make people smile instead than be sad, because I know how. And then, on top of the best advice I can give is never stop being true to yourself, because along the way you'll lose yourself. And losing yourself is not a good thing. And I've seen so many people go from being very small to very big and just losing themselves until somebody finally goes, "You're not you. What happened? What happened to you? Why are you not the old person that you used to be?" And then some of them are like, "Well, it's because I got big." It doesn't matter if you're big or small. Your heart is what matters. Your mind is what matters. And if you follow those and listen to your gut instincts instead of listening to others, that's a little bit more important. Sometimes your best advice from yourself. And so when I say, when you have a gut instinct, please act on your gut instinct. Don't let it go progressing. Because if you let it progress, all you're going to get is basically, you're not going to be in a good mood. You're not going to be in a good headspace. And I've watched too many friends let their bad memories and their bad stuff get a hold of them and just make them a person that they should. And it's just like, I keep telling them, I'm like, I'm a person that basically helps others, that guides others. When I tell somebody, take my hand, because you're going to get ready for one hell of a ride, because I'm not going to let go until the day you are ready to let go of my hand. When you're ready to let go of my hand, I know you're okay. And I just basically watch them go from being in a bad mental thought to being in a good mental thought. So, yeah, for you guys, listen to your head, listen to your heart, most importantly, listen to your gut, because that thing likes to talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No, I got you. I got
that's
you.
All
I got you.
I can basically give to everybody.
No, I got you on hand. I will say that's actually pretty important on hand, just because of the fact that, trust me, when I say this, almost everybody in their lives has actually lost somebody. Like, they lose a friend who basically lost their own sense of way on hand. So, let me back up here. And not only that, it's also one of those things where it's worse too, especially when it's like somebody you really care about too, you know?
Oh yeah.
We've all had that
I've
happen.
Too many friends let the popularity go to their head. It's like, it's not all about being popular. It's about, what memories can you make? What fun can you have, you know?
Yeah, being popular is temporary. While basically
it's
those you
temporary,
have
but
with
having-
you is what's going to keep you stronger with you.
Keep you around for a lifetime.
So.
And it's just like. Yeah.
No, you're good.
My
No.
hands disappeared.
So, I have some questions here. I was going to say, first and foremost, does anybody in chat have any questions for MamaBarrel? For MamaBarrel on hand, you would like to ask her? Right off the way. Because that way...
Don't be scared.
Yeah, don't be scared to ask her any questions on it. I do have one question while everybody else is coming up with their questions on hand. Is this: why'd you choose the Mafia look?
The Mafia.
Was it previously before?
This is way before VRChat. I've had my name for 9 years, my dude. So I used to be a Minecraft moderator back in 2013, and that's how I got my name, MamaBarrel. It's from my best friend. That's why I say I've watched my best friend go from going great to destroying himself and going back being great. And it's just because I keep guiding him back to a good path, and I'm like, get your happy butt back onto that good path. We ain't going sad path again. But because of him, I have my name. And we were sitting there talking, and we were just hanging out with everybody, and they go, I was like, you know what I noticed? They go, what? And I was like, no one done a Minecraft Mafia style. And they go, yeah. And so we sat there and built the whole mansion and everything. And my ordeal is I always live in a barrel when I'm playing Minecraft. Because that's But that's when the Mafia thing started. And so everybody's like, oh, how did you get your red eye? So a lot of people don't realize the origin of the story. I have to come up with a whole backstory for this character eventually. But the origin story behind my red eye is because I was addicted to redstone. So hence my red eye. It's redstone. My friend, he used to have a green eye for emerald, and my friend had a blue eye for lapis lazuli. So it's just like we all had our little things going on together. And so everybody's like, oh, you got the red eye because you're copying somebody? I'm like, no, this is because of redstone.
No, I got you.
And now it's just like, and now that I'm with MamaBarrel, love that man. His OC is named Adriana Caldora. She's a demonic vampire. And so it's just like, now we joke around that my OC made a deal with the devil, and now she fell in love with my OC. And during Halloween is the only time that my OC loses control of her right side, and that's when her demonic side comes out. I will have to get that in concept soon.
Nope.
Whoa, hello.
No, you're good. You're all good.
I just went, wee!
Just went that way. As soon as you say you leave demonic side, it's like, well, time to go.
Time to go. Get out of here. Go to the basement.
Okay, couple questions here. First things first. Who in VRC community, from Darlin Rosie, who in the VRC community impacts you the most?
Impact me the most?
Yep.
This, you do have a good question. You have a good question. For impact-wise, that always, gets me to bring me back my headspace. Of course, is Rosie, for one. She's great about it. And then Drakios, who's out in the waiting room, by the way, guys. That's why I keep pointing that way. He's out that way. Drakios, he's another one that always is just like, oh, you gotta come back, you gotta go check this out. Like, he is the excited, happy little brother that everybody just loves. And so it's just like, I took a break off of VRChat for a while, and everybody is just like, why'd you get off? Why are you not playing anymore? And I'm like, because I need a break. Get away from it. I need to do my thing for a while, you know? And so it took Otaku Hound, Dwell, Rosie, and Drakios, and Sappho to pull my ass back in. It took all of them going, alright, come on, get back on, we want to see you. Like, alright, fine. Alright, I'll get on. So I got new batteries.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
Longer.
Yeah, there you go. But, but yeah, let me see here. From D-Dig, I Bun. I'm pretty sure, no, actually, what am I saying? That's Digital Bun. Never mind. I don't know why I misread that. I apologize. My brain
Everybody
literally
always gets her name wrong.
My brain,
It's Digibun.
Digibun. My apologies. My brain just dissect that in a bad way. I apologize. So, what is the best feeling as
The reason why it's Digibun.
Yep, go ahead.
Yep, sorry. The reason why she's known as Digibun is because she likes Digimon.
That's fine. Hey, I grew up on Digimon.
Sorry, Digi.
Mostly Pokemon, but I grew up on Digimon too. My apologies.
Yeah.
My apologies. So, from Digibun, what is the best feeling as the mama in the community / family?
Did you drive a hard bargain, sweetheart? Interesting. My brain just went fried. You got me good. Just being the mom of the community, I kind of like it. I know that I don't have my own kids. Currently, You know, MamaBarrel and I haven't gone to that stage yet. Or wait until after all this happened. But, no, what you call it? Being like a mom of the community, I do have VRChat children, and one of them basically actually changed his name to Hitari Barrel. And I was just like, I'm gonna cry because you're the first one out of my VR kids to ever do that, to change your name to be a barrel. And I'm just like, child! You know, and so it's just like, being the mom of the group, I basically just tell everybody, you know, if you're having a bad day and you're fighting with your actual family, I'm like, mess me. I'll answer. My DMs are always open. Everybody thinks that, oh, she has her friends list locked, you know, you can't DM her unless you're a friend, and I'm just like, no, my DMs are totally 100% open on Twitter and Discord. I talk, I answer, you know, if I'm in the middle of something and I don't answer you right away, it's because I'm in the middle of playing a game. So I'll probably be playing Assassin's Creed, not notice my phone, because I'll forget to turn it back up from, like, having it off and everything. But, yeah, just having different kiddos and different walks of life. And it's just like, I just show them, I'm like, you know what, I love you. I don't care what your sexual orientation is, I love you for who you are. I love you because your personality. And that's what matters, you know? So it's just like, because they go through a hardship at home. They go hardship through their family. It's like, you know, I love you for who you are, and Papa loves you as well. You know? There's sometimes he'll sit there and call him a goober nugget, because that's who he is. He's a goofball himself.
Yep.
And when our kids are acting all crazy, we're just like, settle down. Take a chill pill.
Yeah, no, I got you. I got you on hand. I mean, again, it's nice to have that close, it's nice to have those close friends that basically you can always consider family no matter what. No matter what on hand, there's always family. Speaking of family, from my good friend, Chaotic Fireblaze, how's your day going?
Today's going pretty dang good. Besides the cat yelling at me and wanting me to play fetch. Then I'm having a great day. Go away.
Cat plays fetch? My brain just kind of quit on me. It was like a cat playing fetch. I think your cat went to go play fetch somewhere out there.
No, she's down here yelling at me. She's wondering why we're not playing Call of Duty. Because I'm in VR, child.
Yep. And
this is what you get. I yell at my cat.
But
not yell.
I will say another question from Digibun here, saying basically asking necklaces or chokers.
Necklaces, because I don't like anything tied on my neck.
There you go.
It's true. I really don't. It rubs.
No, I got you. Got you on hand. I will say I think I have one more. I think I have one more question off the top of my head. I will ask on hand. And that's basically.
Right ahead.
And that's basically with what you have made, family-wise or so, especially community-wise or so. I'm pretty sure you've seen a lot of people that basically ever came out of your community and basically go on to do a lot of things here or so. Do you always get a chance to basically hear back from them? Maybe it could be like a couple of months, maybe a year or so, just to check in and see how you're doing, or how you or your entire group is doing. You, Maddie, I believe from the people who are here right now, including Digibun and Lordy, or like in the community.
Good old Lordy.
Well, Lordy's in my chat. Lordy's in my chat right here. They said hi, Cammy.
Yeah, he's known as Uncle Lordy. My cat loves Uncle Lordy. Every time I'm talking to people, she always thinks I'm talking to Uncle Lordy. It's like, no, child, I'm not. Uncle Lordy's doing his own thing. I've had people like come and go from my Discord server and everything, because we always have a saying in our Discord server: you can come and go as you please, but if you ever want to come back, your rules will be reissued. You know, give you your old rules back. And we just try to tell people, it's like, you're allowed to come and go. You really don't care, as long as, you know what, I always message them when I see people leave. I'll message them when I go, did someone upset you? You know, are you okay? And you know, I ask them if they're all right. And some of them are just like, well, I'm in a bad mental space, I just need to be away for a little while. I'm like, that's fine, you know, come back when you're ready. I've had somebody leave my Discord, and then months and months later, they text me and they go, I'm sorry for never texting you and letting you know how I'm doing. I'm doing a lot better, and thank you for always checking up on me. Thank you for always being a good friend and everything. And I was like, you're welcome, you know? And one of my memorable moments that I've had was somebody that did that. I can't remember names off of my head, but they went from being in a bad headspace when they first came to my Discord, and then they left, and they went off and did their own thing. And like about a year and a half later, they came back and messaged me, and they're like, you know what? Because of you, I started doing more streaming. I started doing more laughing and just loving life and everything. And they're just like, thank you for everything you've done for me. And I was like, no, you're totally welcome. I just basically put you on a right path and got you out of your bad space, you know? And I just brought you into a community where you're safe, you know, you can talk about your problems. We have a whole section just so you can vent. So if you need an opinion from somebody else where you're venting, everybody's there to give their opinion. To like help you out the best they can. But if it's far past our knowledge, we always tell people, please seek therapy. If it's too bad, please go seek therapy. We worry about you, we love you. There's some stuff we can't do as streamers and as people. There's stuff we can't do to help you. So just go seek therapy, go seek help. You'll feel a lot better. And I've had like 3 or 4 people go to therapy, and they felt so better going to therapy. And they come back and they're like, oh my god, you were right, I did need to go to therapy. And I was like, well, there's things that psych doctor can get to knowing and pulling out old memories that you've suppressed and get rid of that. So it's just like, I had to go to therapy years ago, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I went to therapy. I got a lot of things off my chest of what I grew up with, because it was stuff I suppressed as a child. And I got it out of my system, felt so much better, and like, me as an adult, I deal with an anxiety constantly. I've had anxiety since I was a child. Learning disability with my brain. And so, having anxiety and having those like thoughts of like having panic attacks, having an anxiety attack, I know how people feel. I know how people feel. And so, when somebody's having an anxiety attack, I go, here, listen to this. And they go, what do you mean? I'm like, just listen to it. It's the lo-fi music I listen to. It's jazz lo-fi. You'll feel so much better. And then draw whatever comes to mind. If you draw whatever comes to mind and listen to music, you'll see a creative mind just go to work. It's the craziest thing. And I've seen like beautiful artwork come out of a depressed mind or an anxiety mind. You know, it's like me, I play shooters to clear my head, so I'm just back in my headspace.
No.
Or, there's days where I'll do perler art, and I'll sit here and just do perler art for 9 million times, and I'll feel so much better.
There you go. There you go, on hand. Definitely helps out. I'll probably be able to get one last question here, and that being from Lordy. Who's the most chill person to play COD with?
Well, of course you, Lordy. And my homegirl, Syria chick. Pretty chill. I've known her since 2013, 2012. Right around then, I knew her, and I was in a clan with her, and I'm still in that clan to this day because I'm the secretary of it. And we're known as Campers United for Life. People do not like us.
No, I got you.
For that reason.
No, I got you.
But Sirius is really, really, really chill. Because she's got fibromyalgia in her neck, and, you know, she's kind of an old lady. And playing COD with her or playing ARK with her is just fun because we just sit there and just reminisce about the past, about all our games, and like one of our members, he passed away a couple years ago due to a heart attack in his sleep, and so we kind of just go back in the memories. And when we're playing Call of Duty, we run at least one green gun just in honor of him, and we'd always sit there and always talk about how he'd always sit there and give us crap. We give him a crap about which girl he had over for the weekend and all the old stuff that we used to talk about.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and this will probably be the last question for right now, but this is from Digibun one more time, being, what is a Mothrageddon?
The Mothageddon.
Mothageddon, yeah, okay.
Oh no! Oh no! You should have saved that question for Zexion. Y'all, I'll have to send you those clips. We were playing Final Fantasy, and we were sitting there concentrating, doing a jumping puzzle for the Moon Fair event, and all of a sudden I hear, oh no! And we're just like, what the hell is going on, you know? And he's just like, the ball flew into my mouth feels violated, and Zexion just went on this tangent, because he didn't know where these moths were coming from.
I gotcha.
He'd push one back outside, and then he'd be back at the computer and just be playing. He goes, oh dear God, there's another one! And I just lose it. I have like clips. We have clips of this. It's the funniest thing of Mothageddon.
Good God.
So, you'll die of laughter when you actually watch it. I'll have to send them to you.
No, I got you.
It was hilarious. I was crying.
I got you.
I was streaming and I was crying.
But I will say on hand, with everything we've had on hand, I will say for right now, that will be episode 37 of Shoot the Breeze.